So you look at the agricultural revolution, the industrial revolution. Is the internet and the data revolution that's associated with it of that scale? It's certainly possible.
I don't think there's any question that we're at a moment in human history that we will look back on in 50 or 100 years and say, right around 2000 or so, it all changed.
And I do think we will date before the explosion of data and after.
I don't think it's an issue of climate change or health or jobs. I think it's all issues. Everything has information at its core. Everything. Okay? So if information matters, then reorganizing the entire information network of the planet is like wiring up the brain of a 2-year-old child. Suddenly that child can talk and think and act and behave, right? The world is wiring up a cerebral cortex, if you will, of billions of connected elements that are going to exchange billions of ideas, billions of points of knowledge, and billions of ways of working together.
Together, they become this enormous wave of change. And that wave of change is going to take us in directions that we can't begin to imagine.
The ability to turn that data into actionable insight is what computers are very good at. The ability to take action is what we're really good at. And I think it's really important to separate those two, because people conflate them and get scared and think the computers are taking over. The computers are this extraordinary tool that we have at our disposal to accelerate our ability to solve the problems that, frankly, we've gotten ourselves into.
I am fundamentally optimistic, but I'm not blindly, foolishly optimistic. You got to remember, the financial crisis was brought to us by big data people as well, because they weren't actually thinking very hard about how do they create value for the world. They were just thinking about how do they create value for themselves. You know, we have a fair amount of literature, a fair amount of understanding that if you take more out of the ecosystem than you put back in, the whole thing breaks down. That's why I think we have to actually earn our future. We can't just sort of pat ourselves on the back and think it's just going to fall into our laps. We have to care about what kind of future we're making, and we have to invest in that future, and we have to make the right choices.
It is, to me, paramount that our culture understands that we must take this data thing as ours, that we are the platform for it. Humans, individuals are the platform for it. That it is not something done to us, but rather it is ours to do with something as we wish.